We've all done it, gotten close to something good, then quietly destroyed it, pulled away from someone who cared, missed the deadline we swore we'd meet, said we wanted peace, but picked another fight. It's strange, isn't it? How we can crave better lives and still choose the things that hurt us. How we can dream of progress, then trip ourselves right before the finish line. It's almost like some part of us wants to lose. But what if that's not failure? What if self-sabotage is actually a kind of safety? Most people think sabotage comes from laziness or fear, like you just didn't try hard enough, but that's not it. Self-sabotage isn't weakness, it's protection. It's your mind's quiet way of saying you're stepping too far from what feels familiar. Because comfort doesn't always mean happiness. Sometimes it just means known, even if what's known is pain, chaos, or disappointment. And that's the trap we don't see. Think about it. If you grew up in chaos, calm might feel suspicious. If you were used to rejection, love might feel unsafe. If you spent years shrinking yourself, success might feel like exposure. We think we're chasing peace, but peace can feel like danger when you've only ever known survival. So you pull away from what you said you wanted. You ruin the thing that felt too good. Here's the paradox. We sabotage because we're trying to stay safe. We destroy comfort to return to what's familiar. The pain we know feels safer than the peace we don't. It's like walking into sunlight after living in the dark. It burns at first, so you go back to the shadows, not because you like them, but because they don't hurt your eyes. This is the hidden comfort in chaos. People who grew up surrounded by instability often find peace unbearable. Silence feels empty. Consistency feels suspicious. They wait for the chaos to come, because it always did. So when life finally becomes calm, the mind says, something's wrong. And it creates the very storm it fears. That's why people pick fights when things are going well, or procrastinate right before they succeed. Their nervous system is wired to expect loss, so it recreates it to stay in control. And that's the dark irony of self-sabotage. It's not a rebellion against yourself, it's an act of loyalty. Loyalty to your old identity, to the version of you that survived. Because to truly grow, you have to betray your past self. You have to outgrow the patterns that once kept you alive. And the mind doesn't like that. It's built to protect what already exists, not what could be. Imagine you've spent your whole life believing you're the one who never gets it right. It becomes part of you. It shapes how you think, how you move, how you connect. Then one day, you succeed, and it feels wrong. It doesn't fit your story, so your brain tries to rewrite reality until it does. You might procrastinate, mess up an easy task, or push away the person who sees your potential. Not because you want to fail, but because failure feels familiar. This is what psychologists call self-consistency, but really, it's identity safety. Your mind fights anything that threatens who you believe you are, even if that belief hurts you. So if you've always seen yourself as unworthy, being loved will feel off. If you've always seen yourself as unlucky, opportunity will feel like a trick. And if you've always seen yourself as small, success will feel like exposure. Your mind whispers, this isn't you, you're not supposed to be here. And that whisper can ruin everything. Sometimes we mistake that whisper for intuition. We call it a bad feeling. We say, something just didn't feel right. But sometimes, that's not intuition. It's fear dressed as wisdom. It's the body trying to return to what it understands. And that's what makes self-sabotage so invisible. It doesn't look like destruction. It looks like logic. You convince yourself the relationship wasn't right. The dream wasn't realistic. You say you're not ready yet, but deep down, you were just scared to feel new peace. The fear of success is real. Not because success is bad, but because success changes everything. It demands visibility, accountability, a new version of you. And for many people, that's terrifying, because the higher you rise, the more you risk being seen. And if you've ever been judged, rejected, or hurt for being yourself, visibility feels like exposure, so you shrink, you play small. You keep your dreams safe in the planning stage. You call it preparation, But really, it's protection. Sometimes the most dangerous place isn't rock bottom. It's the edge of breakthrough, because that's where all your fears come alive. The mind starts whispering, what if you can't handle it? What if you lose it? What if people see the real you? And that voice convinces you to stop, to slow down, to protect yourself from success that might shatter the identity you've always known. But growth is a kind of death. You lose the version of yourself that could only survive, and start becoming the version that can actually live. The hardest part isn't seeing your patterns, it's believing you deserve to live without them. Because once you start noticing them, you realize how deep they go, how often you play small, how you talk yourself out of things before they can even begin. And that realization hurts, but that pain is clarity. It's your mind showing you what it's been trying to protect. Think about the last time you avoided something good. Maybe you ghosted someone kind. Maybe you ignored an opportunity. Maybe you found a reason not to try. Did it really feel like rebellion, or did it feel like relief? That relief is your mind's way of saying we're safe again, because new experiences challenge old pain. They threaten the rules that once kept you alive, and your mind doesn't care about happiness, it cares about survival. So if your happiness feels unsafe, your mind will destroy it. Here's the truth most people miss. You can't outthink self-sabotage, you have to understand it, because you can't fight something that believes it's protecting you. The goal isn't to shame yourself for ruining good things, it's to ask why you felt the need to. Why did peace feel wrong? Why did love make you flinch? Why did success feel too loud? Every act of self-sabotage hides a reason, a memory, a fear, a version of you that once needed control to feel safe. And when you see that, the war with yourself starts to end. Because now, you're not fighting your mind, you're listening to it. You're saying, I know you're trying to keep me safe, but I'm safe now. That's how real change begins. Not by forcing yourself to be different, but by showing your mind it's okay to stop surviving. Recognizing your patterns is powerful, because once you can name them, they lose their grip. You start catching yourself mid-sabotage. You pause before pulling away. You take the risk even while your fear screams no. And that's where freedom begins, not in perfection, but in awareness, because awareness interrupts the pattern. Self-sabotage isn't proof that you're broken, it's proof that you've adapted. It's the shadow of your survival instincts, still trying to keep you safe. But safety isn't the same as peace, and surviving isn't the same as living. At some point, you have to teach your mind a new story. You have to say, I don't need chaos to feel alive. I don't need pain to feel real. I don't need to lose to prove I'm safe. That's the quiet revolution of healing. It's not loud or dramatic. It's subtle. It's the moment you stop ruining the good things. The moment you let stability stay. The moment you realize love doesn't have to hurt to be real. Healing isn't about fixing yourself. It's about understanding yourself. And once you understand why you've been fighting your own peace, you can finally stop. So next time you catch yourself pulling away from something good, pause, ask, what part of me feels unsafe right now? What old fear is trying to protect me? And instead of running, try staying. Because maybe the life you want isn't waiting for a stronger version of you. Maybe it's waiting for a safer one. Self-sabotage isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of awareness. The moment you realize that your greatest enemy was never trying to hurt you, just keep you safe. So thank that part of yourself, then let it rest. Because you don't need to destroy good things to survive anymore. You're allowed to stay. You're allowed to succeed. You're allowed to let peace in.